Okay, let's unpack this one. Imagine a world where the president of the United States is, well, more concerned with his underwear.
Uh-huh.
And whether he's a faster runner than Teddy Roosevelt than he is with news of, actual alien contact.
Right. A world where humanity's fate seems to hinge on these bizarre coincidences. A special bunt cake. Even a misplaced peanut.
Exactly. Welcome, everyone, to a deep dive into Evan Mandery's truly wild and actually surprisingly profound narrative, First Contact, or It's Later Than You Think.
Yeah, and this isn't just about a quirky plot. We're really looking at a fascinating exploration of human nature, right? Our little quirks, the search for meaning, and just the completely unexpected ways destiny can unfold sometimes.
That's the plan.
Our mission today is to pull out some of the most, frankly, surprising facts and insights from this source material. Stuff that might make you rethink, well, everything you thought you know about leadership, maybe interstellar diplomacy.
And laundry. Don't forget the line.
Laundry, yes,
Wow.
definitely laundry.
So we're going to guide you through this maze, really. It's a mix of absurdity and brilliance. We'll connect the dots between the hilariously mundane stuff and the cosmically significant, hopefully give you those aha moments you're looking for.
Let's dive in.
All right. So our story drops us right into the White House. We meet Ralph, this loyal aide, and the president himself, a man of, well, let's just say very specific habits.
And what's really striking as you read it is the sheer detail, isn't it? The president's personal eccentricities.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's convinced he's a much faster runner than he actually is.
Right, because of the treadmill.
Exactly. It's set to kilometers, not miles. So
Yeah.
he thinks he's breaking records. And then there's this absolute fixation on finding the perfect pair of underwear.
It's almost a subplot in itself. Ralph's quest.
It really is. He sends Ralph on this hilariously expensive, totally futile quest, trying, Armani at $89, Dolce & Gabbana, Versace, even this custom silk cotton blend from the Sultan of Brunei's tailor.
And the verdict.
Nubbly. Nubbly. He dismisses them all. Hundreds, thousands of dollars on underwear.
And it's not just the running in the undies, is it? His eating habits are just as rigid.
Oh, incredibly so. You've got a former Michelin 3-star chef on call 247, right? Vats of caviar, foie gras, gallons of ice cream.
Untouched.
Completely untouched. He sticks to Rice Krispies for breakfast, a ham and Swiss from Blimpway for lunch, and spaghetti or macaroni and cheese for dinner, like basic Kraft mac and cheese. He rejects the gourmet version.
It's such a stark contrast. Luxury everywhere, but he just wants his comfort food.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What does this tell us about his priorities? Or maybe, about human nature generally. Our capacity to focus on the small stuff, even when huge things are happening.
And Ralph's role in all this.
Yeah. It highlights the bizarre, sometimes trivial things people close to power end up dealing with. And you also get Mrs. Dundersinger.
Oh, the rotary phone.
Right. Insisting on using a rotary phone, which means they need a full-time employee,
Yeah.
Edna Peachpit earning $57,000 a year just to translate the clicks into touch tones. It's amazing.
So it's right in the middle of all this. This wonderfully quirky chaos that Ralph has to deliver the biggest news imaginable.
Yeah. Aliens. They've contacted the American government.
Monumental, right?
You'd think. But what's the president's immediate reaction?
Not the aliens, nope. It's a hypothetical foot race among past presidents.
Unbelievable.
He completely dismisses Teddy Roosevelt, calls him a fat turd, claims his Medal of Honor was undeserved.
Despite TR being this incredibly vigorous guy, wrestling, climbing the Matterhorn with a bad heart, the Amazon expedition.
Exactly. Boxing into his 40s, national parks, Panama Canal, ending the Russo-Japanese War. The list goes on. But the president just brushes him off.
So who does he pick for this imaginary race?
Nixon.
Why?
Not because he thinks Nixon was fit, but because, and this is a direct quote, he would find a way to get the job done.
Wow, okay. That speaks volumes.
Doesn't it just... So while Ralph is dealing with presidential peculiarities, his own life takes a pretty significant turn. He meets Jessica Love at a sandwich shop.
Yeah, and you see this immediate spark. It starts kind of mundanely with sharing an iPod.
Music brings them together.
It does. Her interest in Ralph's really eclectic taste, Green Day, The Police, Neil Diamond, Beatles, Lennon, Dire Straits, CSN, Rush. It's all over the place.
Like the mix.
It leads to this philosophical chat about synchronicity. Jessica has this idea.
I want.
She suggests that no matter what you're feeling or doing, somewhere else in the universe, someone or something is experiencing the exact same thing. She even imagines, Giant squid creatures on another planet discussing music over tuna sandwiches.
Okay, that's a unique perspective.
It is. And then pretty soon after, she drops a bombshell on Ralph.
Which
She knows about the alien contact, just casually mentions, oh yeah, that. It's been on the internet all morning.
Oh, wow. So Ralph's top secret, world-changing information.
It's just out there, public knowledge. It really hits home how fast information spreads now, doesn't it? And how one person's huge secret is another's morning browse.
Yeah. But Jessica's journey goes deeper than that, doesn't it? She's grappling with law school.
She is. Particularly this Mrs. Smith bus accident case. Her professor is pushing this cold, logical view. Law is about incentives, not heartstrings. He literally says he's learned to bracket these irrelevant considerations.
Bracketing heartstrings. Sounds appealing.
Right. But Jessica, maybe it's meeting Ralph, maybe it's the alien news, maybe just the weather, who knows? She challenges it.
What does she do?
She walks out, just leaves law school, decides being an attorney isn't for her. Shifts focus entirely, ends up moving to Tibet to teach English in an orphanage, finding real purpose helping people.
And the book describes Tibet.
Yeah, as having sweet people, goats, llamas, alpacas, great momo dumplings. But also acknowledges the tragedy, the Chinese invasion, the Dalai Lama's exile, the destruction of temples for progress.
So her choice raises that question again, doesn't it? How do you balance justice, logic, with basic human compassion?
Exactly. And Jessica seems to find that balance, or at least chooses her side. She embraces this life of purpose, seems genuinely happy.
While Ralph is still stuck in his duty.
Right, but you feel he secretly envies her freedom. He shows her around the White House, shares little personal things like FDR's old fish room or his childhood stuffed bunny, Bun Bun.
Wow.
Yeah. It hints at the suppressed desire he has for something simpler, more personal, maybe more meaningful in a different way.
Okay, so against this backdrop, the president's quirks, Ralph and Jessica's connection, the aliens finally arrive, the ambassador and his assistant, Ned.
And they immediately throw the president off balance. Their arrival itself is just strikingly informal.
How so?
Well, Ned, the alien assistant, learned English in a few weeks, except for off words, apparently.
Like though or tough?
Exactly. He struggles with those. And he dresses totally inconspicuously, like in clothes from Urban Outfitters. They even suggest just taking a cab to the White House. No fanfare, no anthems, no flags.
Low-key first contact.
Very.
Yeah.
And Ned mentions he's done this first contact thing about 90 times before. Across thousands of planets, it just gives you this dizzying sense of scale, the universe is huge and we're just one stop.
And the ambassador himself, he's got a unique approach.
Oh, definitely. The peculiar sense of humor. He shows up dressed as an Orthodox Jew, beard, pies, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And his opening demand. He wants Earth to become a giant dry cleaner to press 4 billion pairs of pants for a wedding.
4 billion?
Yep. He thinks it's hilarious, a reference to Woody Allen's movie Bananas.
Does the president get the joke?
Not even slightly. He just thinks the ambassador is weird, a pain in the ass, because he doesn't share his hobbies, golf, hunting, fishing.
So it really highlights how personal biases just shape everything, doesn't it? Even on a galactic scale.
Absolutely. The humor is lost on the president, but other people, like this character David Prince, find the idea of Orthodox aliens brilliant. And you learn the Rigelians, that's where they're from, Rigel,
Yeah.
they're not particularly invested in the belief in a god or supreme being either one way or the other, and they do not care at all about what you believe. It's this profound respect for religious tolerance that kind of contrasts sharply with Earth's history,
Interesting. But let's talk about maybe the most unexpected universal constant revealed here.
Yes. Besides Woody Allen movies and Sour Patch Kids,
The fetch cake.
the bunt cake. And this isn't just dessert, it's something else entirely.
What does it do?
It induces this state of profound lucidity, an epiphany, basically, in any human who eats it.
Like what kind of epiphany?
People get sudden, intense clarity about their lives. David Prince realizes he wants to go back to studying history. Ralph feels this pang of envy for Jessica's spirit and freedom. Someone named Len Carlson reconsiders Woody Allen, even the president.
What happens to him?
He questions his own faith and concludes, rather bluntly, that his father was an asshole.
Wow. That's direct.
Even Ned, the alien, has an epiphany about neglecting his own family back on Rigel. It's like a universal truth serum, almost.
But there's a catch, right? The punch.
Ah, yes. The punch served afterwards. For most of the humans there, it reverses the cake's effects.
So, the president.
His faith snaps back. He reinterprets his father positively again. And he decides the cake must have been the work or baking of the devil. The epiphany is just wiped away.
So does genuine change just vanish that easily? Can it be undone by, what, fruit punch?
Well, it raises that question, doesn't it? Is transformation lasting or fleeting? But then later the ambassador confesses there was actually a mix-up.
A mix-up with the cake.
With the cake and the punch. Apparently, the humans at the dinner accidentally got the wrong cake, the special transformative one, but they got regular punch.
So the reversal didn't happen for them.
Mostly not. Their epiphanies kind of stuck around. But then, hilariously, Maud's PTA meeting later got the wrong punch, the cake reversing one, so they had this weird inverse effect. The sheer randomness of it all.
It's central to the whole story. But the ambassador does get serious eventually.
He does. He drops the playful stuff and delivers a stark message. Humanity, he says, has passed a certain critical stage, a tipping point.
Meaning what?
He points to religious belief as a significant risk factor. Not belief itself necessarily, but how it's often tied to war and an inability to respond open-mindedly to new threats.
But that's not the biggest threat.
No. The biggest one, he emphasizes, is environmental destruction. Species that don't find a balance with their environment. They're 30 times more likely to go extinct. It's a clear ecological warning.
And his final words?
It's later than you think. Just chilling. Directly linking our environmental path to the fate of other extinct species across the universe.
And he provides proof, too, right? About human origins.
Oh, yeah. Video proof, supposedly, of Auroran scientists genetically modifying chimps right in front of the Great Pyramid of Giza, creating humans.
Which must really mess with the president's worldview.
Completely. And the final kicker. The Aurorans, our supposed creators, they're extinct now, too. Wiped out by a nut allergy.
Nut allergy, the creators of humanity.
The absurdity is relentless.
So you've got these dire warnings, the environmental threat, the questions about belief, even personal epiphanies.
Yeah.
But the president's reaction.
Default setting. Military action. He orders a nuclear strike against Rigel.
Based on what? The evidence.
Based on faith. Just his gut feeling, his belief that they must be a threat, completely ignoring everything else, all the empirical data, the ambassador's points. None of it matters.
And this really highlights that disturbing tendency, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Prioritizing deep-seated, maybe unfounded beliefs over rational thought, especially in leadership.
Absolutely. And the mission gets this Orwellian name, right? An intergalactic peacekeeping mission.
While other world leaders are calling it what it is.
Exactly. The prime ministers of Tuvalu and Seychelles, the president of Andorra, they see it clearly. An unjustified act of violence. They're questioning this whole attack-first mentality.
And the coalition the U.S. puts together for this peacekeeping.
It's tiny. Just the U.S., Nauru, and Balta.
Nauru and Balta. How do they get involved?
Well, Nauru's participation involves some arm twisting over a development project on Kalapapa, and Balta, their reason is even more bizarre. It involves a lost football bet, hyperinflation.
A football bet.
Yep, leading to U.S. debt forgiveness in exchange for, get this, wheelbarrow export rights. You really can't make this stuff up.
So the mission launches, and it goes smoothly.
Oh, far from it. It suffers just these numerous absurd failures. It's almost like the universe itself is conspiring against it through sheer incompetence and bad luck.
Like what?
A faulty toilet. Not designed for space travel, obviously. It starts leaking onto the nuclear warheads.
You're kidding. Leaking toilet water on nukes.
Afraid not. Then there's a stowaway raccoon.
A raccoon. In space.
Apparently. It eats all the mission's crocodiles, crucial snack supply, clearly destroys the linings of the spacesuits, chews through bomb wiring, and then dies. They even blame a wrong turn on the smell from the busted toilet. It's pure farce.
But with potentially catastrophic consequences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The mission is a total failure. The nuke, which is like 4,000 times more powerful than Hiroshima,
Yeah.
it's rendered useless by the leaky toilet and the raccoons chewing. It can't even penetrate Rigel's defensive shield, which is described as being like Tupperware.
Tupperware shield. And the crew.
They die tragically, but also absurdly. 2 guys get sucked out into space during repairs, and the others end up riding the useless missile towards the planet, just like Major Kong in Dr. Strangelove.
Wow. That classic image. And the line war is hell comes up again.
It does, a grim reminder amidst the absurdity.
So this failure, it leads directly to the destruction of the U.S. government itself.
Pretty much. We learn about this place, Greek Island, too. This massive underground nuclear shelter under the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia.
Right. Designed to save Congress, the cabinet, everyone important.
Exactly. Built to withstand attack. It even comes stocked with toiletry kits, including gleaming toothpaste, rated bad by Consumer Reports, fun detail, and fresh underwear, naturally.
Of course. And there's a golf anecdote.
Yeah, Sam Snead's miracle shot on the golf course right above the bunker, bouncing off an African gray parrot into the hole. Just another layer of weird coincidence.
But the shelter doesn't save them.
No. A Rigelian missile launched with exquisite precision hits the one vulnerable spot, the ventilation shaft.
Kills everyone and such.
Everyone. But it perfects the neutron bomb concept, kills the people, leaves the buildings and their personal effects undisturbed. Chillingly efficient.
So the line of succession comes into play.
Dramatically. The designated survivor is Henry Molman, Undersecretary of Commerce. He's 733rd in line.
733rd.
Yep. Described as having sound values, even a neat little plan for ending poverty. He's ready to step up, make peace with the aliens. He eats some lasagna from a PTA meeting back home. Turns out he has a fatal peanut allergy. And that's it for Henry Molman.
A peanut allergy takes out the acting president. The absurdity just keeps escalating.
It really does. Which leads us, finally, to Ralph Bailey, our 24-year-old presidential attaché.
He's next in line.
He's the 949th and very last person in the line of succession, making him improbably president of the United States.
So just picture this. A 24-year-old kid, basically, Ralph Bailey, suddenly president, inheriting this. Utter chaos, a destroyed government.
Right.
What on earth does he do?
And this is where the story takes another fascinating turn. Because Ralph, despite being totally isolated at first, lonely, overwhelmed, he actually thrives.
Really? How?
He spearheads what they call Pax Bailey. He starts repairing America's reputation, its damaged relations internationally. He implements a serious energy program, funds conservation in the Amazon rainforest.
Makes a special effort with France, right?
He does. And maybe most tellingly, linked to his feelings for Jessica, he issues this executive order to give every child in the world a stuffed animal and 2 hot meals a day. It's this huge, compassionate gesture.
Wow. And meanwhile, Jessica, is she aware of all this?
We see her in Tibet, and she's genuinely happy. She's found her purpose teaching these orphans, realizing law school was absolutely the wrong path for her. She feels sustained by the kids. They're respectful, appreciative, loving. She's fulfilled.
So 2 very different paths to finding meaning, almost.
Exactly. And the Rigelians, the ambassador and Ned, they're watching all this. They see Ralph's personal misery, his loneliness, but also his incredible positive impact on the world.
Which puts them in a difficult position.
A real moral dilemma. Should they step in somehow, try to ease Ralph's personal suffering? But would that risk jeopardizing the progress the planet's making under him? Or do they just keep turning a blind eye because he has these substantial talents the world needs right now? It's a tough call.
So how does it all resolve? Or does it?
Well, the deep dive kind of culminates in this remarkable brunch meeting. Ralph meets Ned and the ambassador again.
What's a vibe?
The ambassador is still playing games, in a way. He's wearing a FUBU sweatshirt and bling this time. Still using arbitrary language, cracking jokes. He challenges Ralph's whole idea of free will and control. He asks him point blank, what's the chance of all this happening? Suggests that believing in our own individual uniqueness is just human hubris. He says, whatever the chance of a 24-year-old becoming president, it is no greater or less because it turned out to be Ralph Bailey. Basically saying maybe it wasn't about Ralph specifically.
Undermining the idea that Ralph was somehow chosen or special.
Precisely. And Ralph confesses something interesting. He says the lucidity he felt from that bundt cake.
Yeah.
It made him feel totally at peace, like part of the universe.
Right.
But the punch reversed it, and now he feels trapped, compelled to stay in Washington, even though he desperately wants to be with Jessica in Tibet.
And then Ned drops the final twist.
Ned reveals the mix-up, confirms they got the wrong cake and the regular punch, implying that whole transformative experience, the clarity Ralph felt, maybe it was just another coincidence, an accident.
Wow. So no grand design there either.
Seems not. And the ambassador just sort of shrugs it off, suggests maybe Woody Allen is God, or maybe we should all just find the humor in the absurdity instead of worrying so much about meaning.
And throughout the book, the author himself kind of pops in, right? This meta-commentary.
Yeah, that's a fascinating layer. The author is very self-aware. He talks about storytelling, about coincidence versus meaning, admits quite openly, I made it all up, except for the true things. He even says he hoped writing the book would help him grow personally, even though he killed some characters along the way.
And he questions our own need for meaning.
He does. suggests maybe that desire for meaning is just an evolved response, something we impose, possibly even a fiction. But, and this is the crucial part, I think, despite all the chaos, the randomness, the questioning of grand purpose, we still see characters do grow. They find happiness, they make connections, they act compassionately. Ralph makes a difference. Jessica finds fulfillment.
So, okay, after going through all of that, this truly wild ride,
Yeah.
what do you take away from it all? Is life just this series of, random bumps and accidents? A raccoon chewing a wire, a peanut allergy changing history?
Or is there something else?
Yeah.
That synchronicity Jessica talked about, some deeper, maybe inexplicable connection or pattern playing out where somewhere else in the universe someone is experiencing the exact same feeling.
It really pushes you to question your own assumptions, doesn't it? About control, about meaning, about purpose, especially when you consider a universe that's just so much larger and frankly stranger than we usually think about.
Definitely. And it reminds us, I think, that even when things seem chaotic on a global or even cosmic scale, those small personal choices still matter immensely. Ralph choosing how to be president, Jessica choosing to leave law school for Tibet. Those choices redefine home, redefine happiness for them.
So what stands out most to you listening? Do you lean into the absurdity of it all? Do you find yourself searching for the hidden patterns, the synchronicities? Or is it better to just focus on the connections, the people, the moments that truly matter in your own life, regardless of any bigger picture?
Think about it in your own life, maybe. Those little everyday nudges or coincidences. Do you dismiss them as random noise, or do you ever wonder if they're part of some larger, more intricate tapestry?
And maybe more importantly, how does thinking about that change how you approach your next decision? Or, even just your next meal? Could there be a bundt cake out there waiting for you?
You never know. It's certainly something to chew on.